What's going on, everybody? Down here with another video. With the Leafs gaming event going on last weekend and ESHL kicking off in LG, we're seeing esports take off for the start of NHL 19. Let's take a look at where esports stands at this point in time and what has to be done to make it a legitimate player on the world's competitive scene. Number 1. Recent tournaments. The most recent tournament was the Leafs Gaming 5K event, and let's just say it wasn't pretty. As the event went on, it improved a bit, but the start of the event turned many people off watching the rest, including myself for the most of the day. A few small issues that were easily preventable marred what could have altogether been a nice tournament to start off NHL esports for this year. I've got 3 basic clips for the event, each having multitudes of issues per clip. Here's the first, watch it and see if you can find the problem before I point it out. It shouldn't be too tough.
Game and a good effort from both contestants, but Regs 84 coming up just a little bit short here. The final few seconds ticking off the clock. An impressive victory for young Bren. He takes the round 1 game by a score of 3-1.
I'll finish that one off and he gets to move on. Picking up his progress where he left off. Congratulations, bud. Good victories there.
I gotta correct myself. It was Regs 84 that one.
It was Regs?
Yes,
okay.
Regs.
You know,
3-1.
Obviously, the first issue here was the fact that they were announcing the winner as Gren when Regs won the game. They did this the entire matchup and it had them in the wrong boxes for the entire game, not stopping to change it one time. Next up,
Pins him up against the boards and causes the turnover.
Collected by Gardner.
As
Pitching this one to
Jaff
Connery.
take it across center. Long stretch passing as he tries to shield it there. Center right in front, and that's the insurance marker with a minute 37. A big goal there and a great response from Jaff.
Bucky couldn't leave those passing lanes open on the transition. He just gave him puck possession on the other side of the ice. And Jaff converts back to a 2-goal lead.
this tournament was a best-of-1 tournament in which it didn't really seem like Maple Leaf Sports cared about much. They cut away multiple times mid-game and didn't put any effort to learn anything about the players in the event at all. I'll get deeper into that later in the video. Simply put, for any sporting game or any game at all, turning off the in-game commentary for the actual hired talent to commentate should be a no-brainer. Instead, you hear Doc in the background while they're trying to raise the hype levels in the event with emotional calls. That's just something you can't do, bar none, no question.
Game coming to an end.
Just 20 seconds left in regulation. Again, if any of the games are tied, we go straight to a shootout. Offensive zone draw, won by Gren. Takes possession, 20 seconds remaining. Just tries to hold the puck away from Regs. As Gren looking to secure victory here. Centers in front, shoots and scores. And that's the big insurance marker. It's 3-1 for young Gren.
The nail in the cup.
Clip number 3 should be obvious. This tournament could have had games that were going to end in a shootout. Like, really? They couldn't at least make a 5-minute overtime before the shootout? This event didn't last all night, and frankly, it didn't take that much time at all, considering they had multiple games going on at once at multiple points in the event. Frankly, it's just lame planning that could have easily been avoidable. Obviously, they could have asked one of the big names in the community to volunteer their time at the event to make sure everything ran smoothly. Someone like Owe, who is very well versed in the community, has become one of the more reputable esports guys out there. This is extremely important for the future of esports. You need to show that you care if you want to break into the scene. Mistaking names, butchering play-by-play, and having ridiculous rules like a shootout, overtime, and best-of-1 series really doesn't show that you care at all. Number 2, ESHL. For those of you who don't know what ESHL is, here's a quick explanation. On LeagueGaming.com, there are competitive ESHL leagues. The ESHL is the most competitive of the leagues, with teams put together by players who compete in events for money. For example, Thursday night there was a $50 buy-in entry tournament that 20 teams played in. That's a $1,000 tournament right there, and that's just the start of it. There have been bigger prizes in the past in previous buy-in leagues and events. Basically, ESHL is the future. If the NHL teamed up with League Gaming and recognized that this is the framework for the future, you could see a ton of potential growth on LG and likely would have a super popular, massive audience of players all coming together to play competitive ESHL. I think the majority of us as EA NHL fans could recognize that a team play game mode should be the future of esports in NHL, and League Gaming is a great basis to join. While I'm on the topic, if you want to get into some competitive ESHL, there are free leagues on League Gaming as well. I'm currently in the LG NHL and the New York Rangers, playing 3 competitive games a week with teammates to try to win the Stanley Cup. I also play ESHL with a team Dreams and Nightmares. There's also the AHL and CHL and other leagues, both on Xbox and PS4, so you have the opportunity to get in whatever you want to, whenever you want to. Game times are at night, so they should work for the majority of players. Number 3, looking into the future of esports. There's been one major event that I feel went really well so far in esports for the EA NHL franchise, with that being the NHL GWC. The Gaming World Championships did a few things well, and I feel as if there's a major lesson to be learned moving forward by everyone involved in trying to grow into an esports powerhouse. Let's go over them really quickly. The first thing is creating player personas. The NHL GWC did a great job creating player personas and generating buzz around specific players, noting different rivalries and highlighting some of the video game's best players. This opened up a world of interesting possibilities by marketing specific guys like Gren, who's a young player that'll be around for a long time in the community if he so chooses to be. This breaks down into a few things. Why do we watch sports? We support teams, we support coaches, we support players, but most of all, we look for storylines. Storylines are huge for sports. There haven't been enough storylines created in the NHL eSports yet, and the GWC did a great job in furthering these things, with Arda Okal and Nasher both doing their research and knowing the community super well to be able to generate these storylines. The second half is professionalism. The NHL GWC was planned well, did a great job for qualifiers, and just looked like it was really well planned out altogether. They had multiple broadcasters, a great host in Andrea Helfrich, and a really clean broadcast altogether from graphics to broadcasting and everything in between. That's the expectation in esports these days. Professionalism is everything. Going at it with professional introductions, professional broadcasts, and insanely good prizes makes the tournament almost seem like they've done this many times. This was a trial run, and it went absolutely fantastic. Not to mention, the NHL, EA, and multiple NHL teams did a great job advertising the tournament as well as the broadcast, even having it air on television, which likely piqued the curiosity of thousands of fans who are all new fans of the EA series now. This all started with hiring people who know hockey and know the community, and I feel as if the future of esports needs to have many more tournaments like this in terms of professionalism and generating buzz. If they can do this well, we could see rapid growth if the game continues to trend in the direction that is beneficial for the future. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you'd like for me to make more videos about the future of esports and what I think needs to be done, feel free to let me know. This has been Donnie, I'll see you all later.